Hello, my name is Evan Phillips with Sustainable Investment Group. Today we're going to go through how to set up a building in Energy Star Portfolio Manager, or ESPM. We'll start by pulling up the website at portfoliomanager.energystar.gov/PM/. From here, you can either log into your account if you've already set it up, or you can pause this video and hit Create New Account to set up your account. It only requires a little basic information about yourself and your organization, so I'll leave you to do that on your own. Now, sign into your account and it will bring you to your My Portfolio page. Here on the right hand side of the page, you should see the Add a Property button. Click that button. This will bring you to the setup page. Since most of you watching are probably setting up a major office building, I'm going to do my example based on that. First thing you need to do is select your building's primary function. Use the drop down to select the best choice for your building. I'm going to go with basic office space. Next, you're going to select if your property is a subset of a building, an entire building, or a campus of multiple buildings. With this simple example, we're going to select the one option for a single building. Now I'm going to select test property here, but if you are watching this video to learn how to set up for a benchmarking ordinance, you're going to want to select existing building. And now hit get started. Now you'll need to enter all of your building's basic information: name, address, gross floor area. Remember, that's not rentable space, that's the wall-to-wall entire space of the building. And the percentage of your building that is occupied. So if you're not 100% sure on your gross floor area, make sure to check that it's a temporary value so you can go back and adjust it later. We're going to say this is SIG headquarters in the United States, and since we're headquartered in Atlanta, it's something along the lines of 20 Peachtree something in Atlanta. And we're going to say this building was built in 2012. Now, just to make the math easier on us later, we're going to select a gross floor area of 100,000 square feet, and that we have 100% occupancy. These four special options at the bottom won't be the case for most of you, but I'm going to select them just so I can show you how they work. And we're going to hit continue. Now we're going to set up your property's spaces. You'll notice that Portfolio Manager does a pretty good job of describing its space definitions. From this page, you can add in a variety of different space types using this drop-down menu here. The more accurately that you split up your space by square footage, the better your Energy Star score is likely to be, just because of the way that the algorithm works by space type. Now I'm going to enter random data just to continue with the example, but you should take care to enter as accurately as you can. If you can't find the information on the statistic to enter, you can click Use a Default, and the EPA's standard value for that field will fill the space. And remember, you can make anything you are unsure of a temporary value, so you can go back and change it later. I'm only going to enter the things that are mandatory. We're going to say that 50,000 of our 100,000 is office. 25,000 is, just to make the math easy, data center. And just a hint, you're almost always going to select this option, the UPS power supply, for data centers. And then our retail will be that other 25,000. Every space type but parking's gross floor area has to add up to the total gross floor area of the building. Parking is separate. We're going to say we have 100,000 of parking, of open parking, 2,000 of partially enclosed for some executives, and no completely enclosed. Click Add Property. And this is just telling you that Portfolio Manager will use the defaults on everything that you haven't entered. And there you go, your property has been added to Portfolio Manager. Now we just have to add in your Atlanta Building ID number. You can get this number from atlantabuildingefficiency.com, which I will pull up now. Now, we're going to click the Get Started button here. And then follow this link. Enter your street number and street name and hit search, and your ID number will pop up at the bottom here. Now back to Portfolio Manager. Click on Details and scroll down to Unique Identifiers. Click Edit and scroll down to Standard IDs. Use the drop-down box to select Atlanta Building ID, and then put your 6-digit building ID number here. Make sure to save your work. Now we're going to add meters to your building. So click Meters here. It breaks it down into the different kinds of meters that you'll have, but you can add them all at one time. Click Add Another Meter. We're going to say we have an electric purchased from the grid, an uninterruptible power supply for our data center, potable water from the municipality. That's the combined indoor and outdoor. It's just the simplest option. And click Get Started. We can change the name of our meter here. So we're just going to say this is the electric bill, and our number with the power company comes in kilowatt hours. You have to put in the date the meter became active, but if you say it's in use, you don't have to put the date that it became inactive. We're just going to say that it started use last year at the start of the year. And hit Create Meters. You can expand these out. I'm only going to add one bill to mine just as an example. We're going to say this started at the 1st of last year, which is the same date that our meter started as, and went through the end of the month. We're going to say we used 100,000 kilowatt hours. The cost is actually optional for Energy Star, but it will be helpful for you to have in here just as a quick reference on how much you've been spending on power and other utilities. And we're going to click Continue. Hey, our meters have been added. Now, you have to answer these questions. It's asking essentially if this meter you're adding is the total grand metered system for the building, or if it's a smaller sub-meter. We're going to go ahead and say these are the big granddaddy meters that cover the whole property. and we're going to apply the selections. And that about does it for setting up your property. Thank you for watching. If you still have any questions about setting up your property, feel free to contact SIG for help. A video about submitting your benchmarking to the Office of Sustainability should be up shortly to help you with that part of the process. Thank you for watching.